Finding leads is tough. I totally get it. But once you figure out how to do it successfully, the floodgates will open. But the hardest piece is finding the right formula. So the question is, are you maximizing all the opportunities to find leads organically online? Most would probably say no. And in this video, I'm going to give you the exact strategy that helps us clear over $100,000 a month in revenue just from LinkedIn alone. Welcome to the Think Tank, everyone. My name is Alexa D'Agostino, and I am the CEO of Think Consulting Group. And you're listening to the Think Tank YouTube channel, where we help entrepreneurs scale to the next level. Today, we're going to be discussing the most powerful organic lead generation tool that exists, and it is so underrated. And yes, that is LinkedIn. It is a powerhouse resource and tool to get your name out there, to find leads, and to close them. And most marketers, I'm going to be honest, they focus on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and now some are even focusing on TikTok. But LinkedIn by far is the best B2B platform that is out there for you and for marketers. You just have to know how to use it. And I go as far to argue that LinkedIn is the best content creation platform. And the ironic thing is nobody's using it to distribute their content. Don't believe me? Check out these numbers. There are 810 million members that are active on LinkedIn as we speak. Of those, 49% of them are active weekly. That means that it's a very engaged platform. Marketers, there's been plenty of studies and research and surveys that have been sent out, and marketers love LinkedIn. In fact, they claim it's 2 times the conversion rate of any other platform. And a survey went out that asked marketers, which platform do you prefer? And 77% said LinkedIn produces the best organic results. So these marketers clearly know something that everyone else doesn't. And the reason is because LinkedIn is one of the most engaged business content platforms that exist. So for example, there are 7 times more impressions per follower and 11 times more clicks per follower than any other platform. It means these people are engaged and they want to learn more about you. And in fact, there are over 300 million impressions on content on LinkedIn. And guess what? Only 2% are actually actively creating content. So if you do the math right, that means there's 16 million people creating content for 700 million impressions. You do the math. This is why when you put a piece of content on LinkedIn, it flies and it gets so much engagement. The truth is, people clearly want content on LinkedIn, but nobody's actually creating it. So many impressions, not a lot of content. What does this mean? Huge opportunity. If I've not convinced you yet to go ahead and create content on LinkedIn, then you can go watch one of my other great videos. But if I've convinced you, stay tuned. And I'm going to share with you right now on how you can leverage LinkedIn to find leads. Step 1 is you have to enhance your profile to sell, because the whole point is you're going to be driving people to your profile. So you want to make sure that your profile is primed to sell whatever you are selling. Okay, so here you see my LinkedIn. And if you do not have the premium LinkedIn account, you should just sign up for it, because it gives you all these bells and whistles that allow you to have a much better profile for selling. So the first is your profile photo. I know on other platforms you might have funny photos and all that, but don't have photos with your tongue sticking out or, you know, the kissy face or ducky face, whatever. Just have a nice professional photo of yourself, but also be you. If you're not somebody that's in a suit, don't be in a suit. Just do you and put something that looks like you. The second thing is the profile photo up here, the backsplash. Do something simple, but something that shares who you help, how you help them. And I like to add something like as featured on, or something that shows the people why they should listen to you. The other thing you want to call attention to is the line that is underneath your name. The reason why this is important is because this is the line that people are going to see first, but also when people are searching in the navigator in the search bar and you come up, that's actually what they see. So really important. So the first part, I always say, who am I helping? And I always use you, right? So I help you do this. It puts it into context for them. And then I also have who am I? What do I do? And then 300 plus case studies, right? And then the other thing you want to do is you want to have creator mode on, because this is actually going to give you creator tools and tools that most people do not have. And I'll walk through that right now. But it allows you to get different tools that others don't have. So for example, you could put here all of the hashtags that you want to show up in. So I have startup, marketing, start a business, entrepreneurship, scale your business. All of these things here are going to be things that I show up on for hashtags, right? I also clearly right here have my website front and center, super important. The other thing is that's really important is you want to add a featured section. So these are actually links to my businesses. So there you go. Now they can easily link right to my business, which is really easy to do. So really important. You want to make sure that you have everything super clear and easy for them to find you, because if your goal is to get them to your website or to transition them to a lead, you want them to be able to do research on you, right? So really important. The other thing you could do is you can even put lead magnets here. So if you wanted to put some sort of lead magnet, sometimes I do that as well. That's another thing that you can do. All you have to do is click add profile section. You go to recommended and you go add featured right there. So the other thing that you want to do is you want to have an about us section. People do read them. I do put links. So ready to scale your business, schedule a meeting, boom, right there. And I do have more information. Who do you help? How do you help them? Call to actions, want to scale your company, schedule a meeting with me, boom, put the link, right? People will actually use these links if you have them. The other thing that you want to do is if you have anything that can make you an authority, like you'll see I'm a contributor, an entrepreneur, and in Forbes. This is great ways to make sure that you see that you're the authority. So really important if you do contribute on any of these magazines to put them right here. The other two things right here, I have my company names. And I also, you'll notice here, I have an about us with the link, but I also have testimonials and I have case studies. You'll see I have case studies of things we've done. I have testimonials that go to all the student testimonials right here. So really easy for people to see I'm the real deal and I do what I say, right? Obviously, I have my degrees, my skills. The other really important things, you want to have recommendations. Don't be afraid to ask for recommendations. If you're good at what you do, you want people to share that, because at the end of the day, these are going to be what actually sell people. So those are some of the tricks and tips that you could do to enhance your profile. You want to make sure that your profile is primed, ready to go, because the point is you're going to be driving people to your profile. So you want to make sure that you do everything possible to sell people when they get to your profile. The second step is you want to connect with your ideal customers, and you also want to connect with people that are in your industry. So I call this the 50-50 rule. There's not many marketers that talk about this, but here's why I think it's important. 50% should be your ideal customer. These are people that you want to sell to. The other 50% should be people in your industry. So going back to being an authority is when other people recognize you in the industry as an expert. And that means that you're an authority. So by having other people in your industry following you, what does that mean? They're going to be seeing your content. They're going to be commenting on you and on your stuff. And what does that mean? Other people are going to see that. And that now is going to start to move you into the authority category. So I like the 50-50 rule. Some people do 70-30. I like having 50-50. It's worked really well for me. So the first thing that you want to do is connect with people that you can sell to. So let's talk through how to actually do that. Now, the reason why this is important is because let's take my coaching company, for example. So I've scaled 4 agencies as large as $200 million. So I help other agency owners scale their business. I could do it in my sleep. We just scaled our creative agency to $1 million in 90 days. And so I share this with you to share proof and point that I want to be connected to agency owners because I've built agencies, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in CEO into the search, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to find people. I'm going to go ahead and click people. I'm going to click all filters. I'm going to go second. And the reason why I do second is just because it means I'm connected with somebody that's connected to somebody that I know. So sometimes it could be a good break-in point. Let's say New York City. And I want to find people that are in marketing and advertising and do marketing consultant, right? So I'm going to show results. Boom. Now, these are all people that I don't want to follow them. I want to connect with them because I want them to see my content. The whole point of why I'm connecting with them is for them to see my content. The other thing that you could do is you can use Sales Navigator. You do have to pay for this. I think it's like $1,000 a year. Totally worth it if you're going to really do lead gen correctly. But you can also just use the regular search as well. It just doesn't have as good of results as a sales navigator. Another way that you can also find leads is in groups. If you're looking for a specific, let's say realtors, there are so many realtor groups out there that you can go ahead and find them on there too. The most important thing is when you connect with people, you don't want to immediately spam them and write them. You want to write them a nice note like, hey Alexa, we're in the same industry, or hey, we have a lot in common. I think that we'll like each other's content. So I figured let's connect and learn more about each other. That's it. You don't have to say anything other than that, and just connect with them because you're going to sell through your content. So definitely a lot of different ways that you can find people on LinkedIn. But the second thing that you want to do is make sure to connect with the people that you want to see your content and that you want to drive to your profile. That's the whole point of it, right? The third step is once you start to connect with people that matter, then you want to write content. You want to draw them in with your knowledge. And so it's called the 70-15-15 rule. 70% of your content, you want that to be geared towards solving problems. You want to solve their problems because everybody has problems. It's a reality, but they want solutions. So if you're the one to solve their problem, who do you think they're going to hire? You. So 70% should be value, 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 all about value. The second 15% should be about others. So for example, sometimes I'll post quotes from Gary Vee and other big creators, and that allows me to put really good content out, but also I'm kind of nodding to other people in my space. And I'm not talking about me, but I'm providing good value from other people. And sometimes those creators will actually share that, which would help you because then people see you. Sometimes they don't. But what I also do is I'll go to like Forbes and Entrepreneurs, and I'll find people that are actually creating really great copy and content, and I'll actually share that, and I'll say, read this great article on Forbes from Alexa D'Agostino. Here's my takeaways, boom, 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 and follow so-and-so to, learn more about X, Y, and Z. So this was me kind of nodding to somebody else. 9 out of 10 times I do try to find somebody that is potentially an ideal customer, because now I'm showing up in their notifications in a very different way. And especially if people start engaging, they're going to get a lot of notifications. It's going to say, so-and-so commented on Alexa D'Agostino's post that tagged you. And then you're going to see tag, 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 tag. So like they're clearly going to see your name, and it's not spammy because you're tagging them, giving them a nod and giving them a pat on the back. Most people will love it. And it's just another way to start and engage with people. One last important note is that photos get 2 times the engagement of any other types of posts. So make sure to be posting with photos. Photos get the most engagement out of every type of post. The fourth step is you want to engage with others. It's so important. Engage on other people's posts, engage with people in groups, like people, share things. It's so important. It's social media. So be social, engage with others, especially if they're engaging on yours, engage back. But also now it gives them that, hey, she really cares. She's actually looking at my stuff. Rather than just spamming them, you're actually engaging with them. And you're actually, whether you think about it like this or not, you're building a relationship with these people. And now they're building trust with you because they're engaging on your stuff, you're engaging on their stuff, and now you're starting to build a beautiful relationship. The fifth and final step of getting organic leads on LinkedIn is write those in a private DM who engage with you. These people are raising their hands. They're going, me. Like, listen to me. I'm talking to you. Write them and engage with them. I did that yesterday. I had 3 people that wrote on my post. I DM'd them and I booked appointments within 3 minutes. That's the most important thing. Now, here's the trick here. People come on LinkedIn. They just want to get to the point. Where Facebook and Instagram, people want to have conversations. Most of the time, people on LinkedIn just want to get to the point. They don't want you to beat around the bush. Just go right to it. Say, hey, Alexa, we've been engaging back and forth. I think we can help each other. Why don't we just jump on a phone call and get to know each other more? You have the data. You know if they're the right lead or not. And you can send them a booking appointment that says discovery call that asks them certain questions to wean them out if they're not the right fit. So just jump right to the point. You already engaged with them. Hey, I can help you. Let's jump on. Those are the best leads that are going to convert. And then it's not wasting your time. And I'm going to give you a little bonus here. One of the things that we do is we actually put all of our LinkedIn leads into a CRM. CRM. This allows you to keep track of everybody and what status they're at, because sometimes you'll communicate with people. Guess what? People are busy. You heard the stat before, 49% are on LinkedIn weekly. Well, there's 51% that are not. And sometimes people get busy, they forget. So it's really important to keep track of all these people so that you can filter out, hey, who are the really interested people that I talked to 3 weeks ago that I have not heard back from, so that you can go ahead and re-engage. Keep in the back of your mind that it takes 7 to 10 times of writing somebody to get them to engage back. Most people give up at 3. And the reason why is because they feel like they're spamming them. But the reality is they're not ghosting you. They're just busy. How many times has somebody written you and you said, oh, I'll get back to them later, and then you forget. And then they're out of sight, out of mind, and they forget. If you don't remind people, hey, you said you want to chat, what's up? They're going to forget. So it's really important not to forget to re-engage with people. And the last thing that we do with that is we also will email them. If somebody stops engaging with you, you can send them an email. You've already built a relationship. You've gone back and forth. They've commented on your stuff. You've commented on their stuff. You talk to them in your LinkedIn profile and your messenger. You already made a relationship. So I'll shoot an email and say, hey, Alexa, we were talking on LinkedIn, had a great conversation. I figured it's time to just jump on the phone if you're interested. Here's my link. Let's go, right? So it's a really easy way to just get to it. Get these people on the phone, the most important thing that you can do after you build a relationship. Don't let that relationship go. The more conversations you have, the more sales you will have. But you got to keep having conversations, and that's what LinkedIn is about. Don't forget, LinkedIn might be a B2B platform, but who are you connecting with? You're connecting with people. People want relationships. They don't want to be sold to. So build the relationship and put that as the priority. I hope that this video was helpful in your journey. And this is just the beginner's guide of generating more leads on LinkedIn. We have a ton more videos on how to do this on all platforms, including my most recent one that I'll post right here, which is on Instagram, which is another really great platform as well. And that's a beginner guide of Instagram. And if you have not watched that, I recommend to go watch that. And if you have not already, hit that subscription button so that you can get our weekly videos on how to scale your business to the next level. I'll see you next time.